Hi, friends. When life is heavy, almost too heavy to carry, and when we don't see any justice or relief, there is one pesky feeling that just comes and settles in like a dark cloud over your head, bringing a gross and sick sense of comfort. Can you guess what that is? It's self-pity. Hi, I'm Gina. Welcome to Hope and Cope. This channel is my heartfelt ministry where I pour into others from a place of love, wisdom, and faith. My desire is to offer hope, comfort, and Christ-centered truth to those who really need it. Last week, I kicked off my first ever video challenge, and that challenge was to be un-irkable. So how did you do? Well, Gina, how did you do? I did my best, and I hope that's what you did is your best. So my second challenge this week is one that is close to my heart, and that's to resist self-pity. In this video, we'll talk about how self-pity manifests, how does it affect others, and how to break free from it. Self-pity can cloud our judgment and even our ability to be present for other people. Can we make a conscious effort to prioritize others in our thoughts and conversations when we're consumed with our own struggles? I don't know if I ever have. You know, sometimes self-pity is a fleeting thought or it only comes occasionally. But sometimes, if we're not careful, we can live in self-pity and not even know it. When that happens, it's easy to make everything about us, even other people's struggles. Sadly, we're so self-absorbed that we can't even offer support to other hurting people. We find ourselves thinking, well, I've been through way worse, or they don't even have a clue what it's like to deal with what I've been through. The temptation is to turn every conversation inward, drawing attention to our own pain instead of showing compassion for other people's needs. Self-pity, whether we realize it or not, is being extremely self-focused, but not in a good way. Whatever is going on is filtered through our own self-absorption. We can't be as compassionate as we'd like to be or should be because no one else has had it as hard as me. It's almost impossible to offer empathy when we have the habit of comparing, one-upping, or even invalidating other people's feelings when we are consumed with self-pity. I try to finish my videos on a strong note, always bringing value from the beginning to the end, so please stick with me to my final point. And if you don't mind to take a minute to like and subscribe and share this with a friend, I'd really appreciate it. Self-pity can take many forms, but none of them are pretty, and none of them are attractive to other people. Our self-pity takes a mix of finding fault with the life we've been given, maybe even the blessings that God has given us, and complaining and never being satisfied, thinking that we've always been cheated in some way. You know, life is unfair, and sadly, sometimes it's very unfair. Sometimes it's downright cruel. But self-pity can't be grateful or count its blessings because it's always a victim and it thinks it always deserves better. When we choose to step out of self-pity, we actually discover there are many others in this world that are also hurting. Then we can begin to genuinely support them with our own strength and encouragement. When we're no longer trapped in the cycle of self-focus, we can look beyond our own pain and meet others where they are without comparing or competing for attention and sympathy. This is a powerful choice, and it requires strength and the ability to disregard your own situation, especially when we feel like people don't care about us or what we're going through, when we feel like we've been overlooked and misunderstood ourselves. Honestly, standing up for our right to be pitied is not an inspirational goal. So how do we shift from being in self-pity? First, we're going to try to have some perspective. Just take a minute to think about other people's problems. The loss of a child, a terrible disease, unbelievable physical disabilities, living in countries where there's war or not enough food or clean water. These are also very tragic situations that people are living with every day. And we need to practice humility. It can be tempting to focus on ourselves, but humility reminds us that we don't always need to air our struggles to the world. Instead, we can elevate others by stepping into their pain, honoring their feelings, and being there for them on their journey. My final suggestion is to recognize the power of love. When we put others before ourselves, we reflect Christ's love, and somehow that kindness lightens our own burden. His example shows us that true compassion is about humbling ourselves to serve and uplift others. When we take time to volunteer at a shelter for homeless people or at a hospital, we can gain real insight. So this is my invitation to you to accept the challenge to resist self-pity. I hope you are inspired to take the challenge this week to consciously refuse to dwell on self-pity. Leave your first name in the comments if you want me to pray for you to have strength this week as you take this challenge. Also, please comment each week on how you're doing on this challenge. If people share inspirational testimonies about how this challenge is helping them, I will mention at least one story on the final video of July. Remember, just making up your mind to do something is a very big part of the battle. For more encouragement, check out the description box. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with someone else. I have a lovely scripture card for you in the description box to help you with this challenge. And I'm praying for you this week to complete this challenge. So don't forget to put your name in the comments below. As always, I pray for you. And until next time, God bless.